What's up, nerds? It is I, Longy Long, the Ghetto Gamer. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, did you ever wonder how they can call every game in this series Final Fantasy? Shouldn't there be only one Final Fantasy? The final one? Well, as it turns out, this really would have been the final game of Square and the game's creator if it hadn't turned out to be a success. Want to learn more, don't you? Well, keep watching. We're going to talk about it. We're going to rant about it. I might even cry about it. It's Final Fantasy for the NES. Turns out Final Fantasy did become pretty popular. It might have even spawned a sequel or two or 50,000. Today it's one of the biggest names in the RPG genre. It sets the bar for pretty much every other console RPG. And it all started in 1987 with this nasty little repetitive, grindy, monotonous, frustrating, yet boring game. Ugh. Now I realize this may not be the most popular opinion, but I can barely stand to play Final Fantasy today. It's a grind, the story is forgettable, the graphics are alright, the music is actually pretty good, which is handy because you're going to be listening to it for hours and hours while you fight the same random monsters over and over to build up your character and earn money. But that's today, right? I mean, this game was published in response to Dragon Warrior, or Dragon Quest, depending on your region. And I loved that game when it came out. Even though I never played it back then, I suppose I would have loved Final Fantasy too. At the time, RPGs, especially on consoles, were pretty hard to find, but impressed by Dragon Warrior, Square decided to take a chance and mimic its success with Final Fantasy. And when I say they took a chance, I mean they were on the verge of bankruptcy, and this was their last shot. The game's creator decided that if this game wasn't successful, he would return to college and pursue a different career. So Square took cues from Dragon Warrior in the overall look and feel of the game. But Final Fantasy adds quite a bit of complexity. There's a party-based system instead of a lone hero. There's different classes a la Dungeons & Dragons. You get a pirate ship for ocean travel. There's an on-screen map to help you navigate. And you can fight up to 9 enemies at one time. So yeah, back in 1987, this game had a lot going for it. But the majority of actual gameplay is just engaging in random battles, which becomes really tiresome, especially when you're just trying to get somewhere, and especially when you're low on health and all you want to do is limp back to town. And what makes it even worse is that you have to wander around fighting random monsters to gain experience and money, so you can survive in the next area where you can fight random monsters and gain experience and money, so you can survive in the next area where you can fight random monsters and then get to the next area and fight more monsters and get more money and go to the next area and fight more monsters. Sorry. Look, okay. I don't mind admitting that for 1987, and especially compared to other RPGs of the time, Final Fantasy is actually pretty decent and playable. I'm just of the opinion that 8-bit RPGs were not much more than proof of concept that would pave the way for later games like Secret of Mana and Chrono Trigger and of course Final Fantasy III or whatever Final Fantasy numbering system you use. Don't even get me started on that. Real talk. Video game RPGs are nothing but pale imitations of pen and paper tabletop RPGs. There's no way you can fit a real role-playing experience on an 8-bit cartridge. We wouldn't come anywhere near to that until like Fallout and Baldur's Gate. Anyway, if you like this video, you want to see more, be sure to hit that like button, let me know. Hit the subscribe button so you know when I make more videos. I'm doing 1 to 3 every week. If that's too long to wait, check out some of my older videos. This is like my 11th or 12th show? I don't know. Just check it out. Anyway, I'm Longy Long. Find me on Twitter at Longy_Long and blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna bring you back to sometimes to play some okay games, I don't mind.